Hey, hello YouTube and welcome back with another video. We're going to be reviewing the Object 279. I hope that's the right name. Otherwise, look it up guys. Pretty sure you know what tank I'm talking about. This fucking thing, the nuclear tank. Um, so right off the bat, this thing looks like it's going to be an incredible tank. This is the new tank, by the way. This is in the April Fool's event, if you're watching this in the future. Uh, Apparently it's been added. I had no idea of this. But it looks like a pretty goddamn good tank. It has a full stabilizer. Again, I'm a simulator pilot in the game, for those of you who are not familiar with me. So if I am saying this wrong, please do not quote me on that. I think it has full stabilizer. Um, the armor seems incredibly good. It's incredibly slow. APD FSDS is probably going to have a hard time going through the front and even the sides of this thing. And there is actually a lower section of it right there. You see that bottom section of the tank between the tracks? It's pretty flat. If you hit that, you'll probably penetrate. But if you look closely, there's nothing in there. So even if you penetrate that with an APD FSDS, you're probably not going to do much to it. It's probably just going to go through one side and out the other, not doing much. You're probably just going to kill a track or something. If you hit it with an APHE though, you're probably going to do some significant damage to it if it blows up in the inside. You're probably going to kill it right off the bat. But yeah, the turret of this thing is incredibly strong. I believe I read on the card that it was 240 millimeters of armor and it's angled. If you look at this thing from the front like that and you point your mouse to the sides, like it can reach up to 1,000 millimeters of armor equivalent. It's incredibly strong. It's really flat, which is probably gonna make it even harder to hit. Um, and by the way, guys, sorry for the frame drop here. We're just gonna have to deal with that. My computer's having some hardware issues when I record, which is why I've been streaming lately. So don't mind me on that. It's gonna go back up to normal pretty soon. Just give it a minute. Anyways, back to the video. Let's go ahead and test how this thing performs. I want to go ahead and test the speed. Let's see how fast this thing can go in a straight line. I don't know what the armor values are on the back of this thing. I believe it's like 80 or 60, something like that. And even then, it's pretty freaking slow, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of the shells actually end up bouncing from the back of it. The bullet is exactly the same as the IS-7. The cannon, however, is not the same. It's a different cannon. So, yeah. It has an 11.1 second reload rate. I don't think it's an autoloader. So if the loader somehow dies, it's probably going to cripple that. But stabilizer is fairly nice. As you can see, the bullet, it does an extreme amount of damage, as you guys know from the IS-7 that's been in the game for a while already. The speed is reaching about 36 kilometers an hour, and we're going uphill right now, so slightly uphill, so you can expect it to be around 40, 41, or 42 on a straight line, and maybe even higher in concrete roads. Alright. Stops pretty quick. Stabilizer is very nice. Here goes the lag again. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking now. Alright, so the tracks, unfortunately, it doesn't really have a very good traverse rate. If you look at this, it's pretty bad traverse rate. And again, we're slightly pointed uphill. If you move a little bit though, it's a little bit better. Like if you go back and turn, it's a little bit better. If you just turn in place, it's really bad though. It's not very good turning in place. It's not that terrible, but it's not that good either. The reason it's a little faster is because we're starting to move forward. But if you're just stationary like this, look how slow it is. It's pretty slow when you're stationary. If you're moving though, and you do neutral steering, it's a little bit better. Alright, let's test the reverse speed now. We're going uphill. I kind of want to see how this plays out in reverse. Wow, 19 kilometers in reverse. 19 kilometers per hour. That's pretty good in my opinion. Obviously, there are tanks that do it better. No need to say that. Wow, that was easy. It does have a little kickback when you shoot. It kind of like takes your aim off. It takes your aim off like center. Like I feel like it took it off center there a little bit. So that's the speed going reverse in an uphill setting. The machine gun, I believe it's a 14 millimeter. Here goes the lag again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really trying to replace this computer as soon as I can. Alright, let's see downhill. So it looks like it's maxing out at about 19 kilometers per hour, up or downhill, either way. By the way, guys, if you're still watching, those of you who are new to the channel, if you're interested in watching simulator air battles, that's pretty much what I do in this channel. And I promise you, the videos are actually good quality. They don't really lag. Mostly because those were recorded before I started having issues. But even the streams, the streaming is perfectly fine. It does not have any issues when streaming, so that should be good. Okay, so that's pretty good performance. I think this is going to be a really powerful tank. Let's go ahead and look at this thing in the hangar. Let's see what type of stats we can pull out from that. The inside of it's pretty packed with stuff, so if you manage to penetrate, you're probably going to kill it in one shot. But that's the thing. Look at this thing's armor. Almost 400 millimeters of armor. Just straight up just armor. If you go a little bit higher up, though, right here in the probably the weakest areas right here in the neck, 141 millimeters of armor. It's a really tiny spot, though. That's going to be pretty hard to hit, especially at long distances. You're most likely going to end up hitting anywhere in here. And if you hit this added on armor plates, you're basically adding 9 millimeters of armor, which is it's really nice. Now let's look at the turret. This is what I was telling you guys about the turret. Look at this turret, 457, 500. The more you go to the side, the more armor it has. And the more you go to the top, the same. I believe the armor is a little bit lower there because this is kind of like a little plate sticking out there, but behind it, there is a lot more. The cupola seems like a weak spot, the cupola. If you hit here with an APHE, you're probably going to kill it in one shot. Let's look at the sides of this thing and see. Actually, you know what? Let's do a protection analysis. Let's do the XM1. This thing is probably going to deal with some XM1s. Okay, let's do the XM1 and let's do the best shell for the XM1. This one. Let's shoot it at 500 meters. Let's see what happens to it. Okay, so if you shoot it dead on like that at 500 meters, you're gonna go through. If you shoot it right here, though, it's not gonna go through. Anywhere in here does not go through. So that's pretty strong right there. These bounces, if you shoot it on the lower plate, you have a pretty high chance of bouncing, and you're only gonna kill the driver. And the lower you go, the harder it gets to penetrate. So yeah, the turret now. Yeah, this turret is holy shit. What about this right here? The weak spot's really hard to find. Even if you penetrate on the top like that, it's kind of hard to hit the ammunition. And there's a lot of ammunition there. Yeah, this turret is basically almost impenetrable. Let's try the sides. Let's see what happens on the sides. You have a pretty high chance of bouncing from the sides. Although if you manage to penetrate, you're probably gonna hit all the ammunition there. Upper left side, pretty easy to penetrate actually. Well, that's if you hit this area here. If you hit this area here, right here, you can penetrate. But if you hit the lower section of it, you're probably not gonna get through so easily. It says that it will in here, maybe not so much in the game. Hitting it at higher angles, absolutely not. High chance of bouncing pretty much anywhere on the sides. The back, pretty weak. You can get through the back pretty easily. Even if you shoot the turret on the sides, look at this thing. It's hard to penetrate even from the sides. And this is APD FSDS from an XM1. Let's take it let's take it back to 1,000 meters. Now penetration is 333. Yeah, now you're starting to have trouble penetrating the front upper armor of this thing. You can only get through if you hit that top side there. Shoot the bottom. Nope, nothing. Turrets, you're probably going to have even less chances of getting through the turret at these distances. There are a few spots you can probably get through, like if you get lucky and you hit that side right there. But not even. This thing's ridiculous. And I mean, X and 1s are probably the worst case scenario because this thing is 8.3. The X and 1 is 9.3. That's a whole 1.0 BR above you. So you're probably not going to be finding too many of those. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe you will. Don't quote me on that. Let's try the Merkava. This Merkava has, I believe, even less penetration than the XM1. It still can get through, but it's not. It has a little bit less than the XM1, so it's gonna be a little harder than the XM1. I want to try and see the heat shells though. The heat shells are probably gonna have a harder time, maybe because they can bounce. I mean, probably not. Correct me if I'm. Yeah, no, never mind. Okay, so that's not gonna get through there. There he goes. Bounce. Bounce. Turret. Nope, does not get through the turret. Pretty high chance of it not doing anything in the turret. Only if you hit the top like that. Wow, this thing's incredible. So yeah, that's the object 279 for you guys. It seems like a real tough nut to crack. So yeah, let's see how this thing is gonna end up performing in the game when a bunch of people have it. I definitely think it's gonna be a fun tank to play. Like I said, the shell is the same one as the IS-7, same stats, same everything. Um, so yeah, it has night vision, rangefinder. I mean, at this BR, who doesn't? And the MG is a 14.5 with 800 rounds. So that's nice. That's a little neat thing there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this thing. Thank you guys for watching. I don't usually do tank videos. I pretty much 100% do simulation. Other than that, again, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe with the whole coronavirus problem going on in the world right now. I hope your families and friends are doing well. Uh, spread the word. Don't socialize so much right now. Protect yourself and others around you. Other than that, you guys have a great one. I will catch you guys in the next video. And let me know if you guys would like to see some tank videos. Maybe even if you guys would like to see me playing tanks. Not going to be a good thing to watch, but maybe it'll be funny. I don't know. Anyways, God bless all of you, and see you guys in the next one.